thought I'd make a video exactly how I stay on track and maintain my figure when I'm away traveling. I'm out here in the beautiful Algarve for a music festival, and I'm actually preparing for a photo shoot too. It is really important that I maintain my figure and perhaps even make a little progress while I'm out here. I'm only out here for 4 days. I'm going to take you through what I've been doing to maintain my physique and give you a little physique update. Hello fam, and welcome to my channel. My name's Melissa Neal, and this channel is all about helping you if you're a woman over 40 or like me over 50 get in fantastic shape. And we do lead lives, don't we? I lead a life. I actually follow house music around, sometimes all around the world. I actually travel overseas. It's really important to have balance, isn't it? And actually do the things that you want to do and still be able to keep on track. You don't want to be tied to your home and not go anywhere because you feel like you've got to weigh out your food and you've got to do all your training. A couple of years ago, I really didn't have balance because I really felt that I needed to maintain that lifestyle all the time, and you actually don't. As long as you're doing this 80 to 90% of the time, usually that's good enough. But this time round, I'm actually preparing for a photo shoot that's actually only 2.5 weeks away. I can't afford any slip-ups. Some of you watching, you're kind of trying to lose weight at the moment, and so you don't want to go backwards, do you, when you're traveling around and undo all that good that you've done. So I'm going to show you exactly how I've been handling it. And you can see here I'm in this apartment with this wonderful view. I actually have a kitchen area in my apartment, so that would be my first tip to you, is if you can find somewhere, it's not always possible and I can't always do it, that's got a kitchen area. It's really going to help because, you know, some of those meals you can actually prepare yourself, and you've got more control if you can prepare some of those meals yourself. I'm going to talk about food first of all, because that's probably the most difficult thing that people kind of get a bit of anxiety about, and it's actually really easy. So how I do it is I try and loosely do what I do at home. Now, I haven't bought scales with me this time round. You know, although I'm preparing for a photo shoot and I want to stay as lean as I am, perhaps even get a little bit leaner while I'm out here, I do make my own breakfast. What I would normally eat is some eggs with some kind of vegetables, a couple of eggs, and then I'll have oatmeal mixed in with protein, and I bring my own protein powder with me. That's my top tip. Bring some protein powder and also some protein bars because they're really convenient for traveling. We're having the second part of our breakfast, so we've got some protein powder. We're both having the same because we're on the same diet, aren't we? Then we've mixed some almond milk. The oats have been soaked overnight. We haven't weighed it or anything. We kind of just guessed how much we want. And then we've mixed some more almond milk, some protein powder and some oats. And then we've just topped it with bananas and strawberries. Do you like it?
Delicious.
It really does fill you up, especially because we started off with the eggs and the mushrooms. So once you've had that, we have a massive breakfast, and then we're not going to eat really for ages, which isn't how I would eat at home. I got in 28,000 steps yesterday. How many did you get in?
Didn't look.
Probably it might be more because you did this. You would have done the same, and your dance is a bit more energetic than mine.
That's right. Yeah.
So you probably got
like yours and a bit more.
Yeah, I would think so. So yeah, we're not, even though we're away, we're not worrying about training because there's not a gym here, and we get so much activity because we love going. We're here at a music festival, so we're doing dancing every single day. We walk to and from the site because we're actually staying off-site. So we get so much exercise that we don't really need to worry so much. So we want to enjoy the festival, not be worrying about getting training in. The rest of the time I have been actually eating out, but I tend to stick to stuff that I would eat at home. So it might be some grilled chicken, grilled fish. I think sushi is absolutely wonderful because sushi's basically fish and rice, which is kind of what I'd eat at home. And it's really accessible. They tend to sell it in a lot of restaurants and places to eat out and take out. So you can usually get it in lots of places in the world, and it's kind of really healthy for you. So that's one of my go-tos in terms of eating out. And then, you know, what I try to do is I stick to water. It's a bit warmer, so it's more difficult to keep yourself hydrated, and especially when you're out and about. But I just kind of think, well, I'm going to make up for that when I get back home, getting the hydration right. We're here at an event called Deep into the Algarve, and it's a house music event. So we don't want to miss out on any of the action by worrying about where we're going to eat. We're just eating in the venues that we're going to, or somewhere really nearby. So we're not worrying about it too much. We're just kind of taking it as it comes, finding somewhere and choosing something on the menu that's sensible. So it's going to be a source of protein, it's going to be maybe some vegetables or some salad, and it's going to be a source of carbohydrate, isn't it? It's just going to trying to keep it as simple as possible. But avoid things like fried foods and avoid lots of salads and dressings. Normally you can ask for salads without a dressing in a restaurant. So that's what I would recommend you do, because then you can end up, it's really loaded with calories by just adding dressings and sauces. I am going to talk about alcohol because if you watch any of my other stuff, you'll know that I don't actually drink alcohol at all. And that really helps when I go away. I'm not going to be racking up calories with alcohol. I stick to water. I stick to 1 cup of black coffee perhaps. If I'm going to have a soda drink, it will be a diet soda. I'll have tea with a splash of milk. So I'm not at all drinking my calories, and that's really important. If you're drinking alcohol when you go away, just stick to 1 or 2 drinks and maybe have some days off from drinking as well, because it's really going to help you stay on track. Because the other thing with alcohol, it's not only the calories that are in the alcohol, because for some people drinking more actually makes them eat more and eat more fatty foods, that kind of thing, fried foods, fatty foods. Keep it to a minimum. If you are going to drink, have a glass of water between each drink. That's really going to help. But do recognise you can consume just as many calories with alcohol through the day as you can with food, and maybe more. I'm going to talk about training, and to be honest with you, I'm only here for 4 days and I'm not going to worry too much about training. I did get in 1 banded workout, which I generally do when I'm away. There's no hotel gym, so I'm not going to walk around and trying to find a gym somewhere. If I was here for a bit longer, I might have planned that out. But I'm just going to do a small workout here on the balcony. I'm starting the workout with 3 sets of 10 to 15 squats using a glute band. Then I'm doing 3 sets of 15 on each leg of glute kickbacks. Moving on to split squats, I'm doing 10 on each leg 3 times. All these bands are available on Amazon, and I will put a link in the description. Then I did 4 sets of 12 Romanian deadlifts with these bands with a handle. For upper body, I did 3 sets of 15 bent over rows. Then I moved on to 3 sets of 15 upright rows, which still work your back, but they also work your shoulders. I kneeled down for these 3 sets of 15 overhead presses. Then I did 3 sets of 10 lateral raises. Finally, I did 3 sets of 10 push-ups, and if you can't do a full push-up, do them from your knees. As I said, we're here at a music festival, so what's happening is I'm doing a ton of dancing, and I can tell you I'm getting so many steps in, and many people find actually when they come to these music festivals they lose a lot of weight because we're doing a lot of walking and we're doing a lot of dancing. So we've got to walk to some of the venues and we're dancing, and we really do seriously dance all day long and all night long. So you really rack up your steps. Yesterday I did 28,000 steps, and that's double the steps that I'm currently doing at home. So you can see I'm going to burn a lot of calories doing that without building in the training as well. So I'm not worried about getting any formal type of cardio in or extra training in. I've done one workout with my resistance bands and that's it, because I want to enjoy my time here, and it's all about balance. Now I'm going to talk about sleep. Sleep is the thing that I've absolutely failed on this whole time, but it's only for 4 days. I'm going to catch up. Some nights I've only had 2 or 3 hours sleep, but what I will do is try and get some extra sleep in when I get home, because again, I'm here to enjoy myself, so I don't want to worry about going to bed early. I want to be able to go out at night and enjoy some of the fantastic music, the great people that I meet at events like this, and that's more important than worrying about getting sleep. But over the next 2.5 weeks when I return home, I'm going to focus on really being intentional about my sleep so that I can kind of continue with this fat loss phase. Now I'm going to talk about my physique. Now before I came out here, I've made a video about this and I will link it here. And you know, I've been on a really heavy training schedule, both with my cardio, 30 minutes of cardio 4 or 5 times a week, and then strength training 4 times a week. And I've been getting 15,000 steps in. So my body has been working really, really hard. And what's fantastic about coming out here is I've had a bit of a break from that. So although I've been getting my steps in here, I haven't been doing the same really demanding script training schedule that I normally do. And so I feel like my body's responded really well. I'm actually looking a bit leaner. I can't weigh myself. I haven't bought a tape measure to take my measurements, but I can see looking at my pictures, I'm actually looking a lot better. So that's the benefit of actually taking a break from training. I've probably, because I haven't been weighing my food, I've been eating a bit more in terms of the carbohydrate. You're going to naturally put more on your plate than you would if you were weighing your food out, if you're eyeballing food, because human nature, you're just going to put more on your plate even though you think it's the same. So I'm bound to have been eating a bit more carbohydrate, and so that's given my body a chance to kind of replenish itself. So it means now when I get back to the UK, I'm going to be able to get back on that training schedule again, and I feel like my body's had a chance to recover, it's responded well, and then I'm going to just do that final push for the next 2.5 weeks. What do you do when you're traveling? Do you try to stay on track, or do you just do whatever you like and don't take much notice? And let me know in the comments section if you found this useful to understand how you can do this and keep a bit of balance and enjoy yourself, which is really, really important after all, isn't it?